All right, we back. Motor City Sports Talk. Doing another season preview. Division rivals. Our last division rival on the list. We played the Chicago Bears week 10 and week 13 for Thanksgiving. I think it's two times in a 3 or 4 week span or something like that. But let's get into some of the changes that the Bears made this offseason. Man, they drafted David Montgomery out of Iowa State. A lot of promise they got for him in the backfield. They took him in the third round. I think some of their draft picks were exchanged for Khalil Mack, which really paid off. We get there in a second. Riley Ridley, Calvin Ridley, little brother out of Georgia, they took in the fourth. The sixth round, they took Duke Shelley out of Kansas State, cornerback. Karithi White, a running back, they took out of Florida. Valdosta State, they took out Steven Denmark in the seventh round. So they didn't have that many draft picks this year. And just look at the depth chart, real solid. And Trubisky at quarterback, Trace Daniels backing him up. Tyreek Cohen, Mike Davis, David Montgomery at running back, Allen Robinson from Detroit, shout out to him, Taylor Gabriel in the slot, Cordell Patterson, Anthony Miller, who I really like a lot. Coming out of Memphis, just got to stay healthy. Charlino Jr., James Daniels, Corey White here, Kyle Long, Bobby Massey from left tackle to right tackle. That's how it's kind of playing out. Defense. They in a 3-4. Hakeem Hicks, defensive end. Nose tackle Eddie Goldman. Jonathan Bullard is the right defensive end. Trevathan and Roquan Smith out of Georgia are the two inside linebackers. Khalil Mack, outside linebacker. Leonard Floyd is the other outside linebacker. High Clinton Dix, they acquired him. I think he walked from Washington last year, 1 year, $3 million, one of their free agent pickups. They got Eddie Jackson, which is growing to be one of the better safeties in the league out of University of Alabama. Prince Mukamara and Kyle Fuller are their two cornerbacks on the outside. They got Buster Screen, I think, to come in and play the nickel. They let a couple of their defensive guys walk. Callahan and Adrian Amos, I think, ended up in Green Bay. I don't know where Callahan ended up at. He was a real solid nickel back. Buster Screen, good nickel back as well, too. Just been playing with the Jets, getting lost in the shuffle. Chris Bouette and Pat O'Donnell is the place kicker and the punter. They don't really have a kicker. Chris Bellowit is their place kicker, and O'Donnell is their punter. And Tyreek Cohen and Cordell Patterson are going to handle the kick return responsibility, and Patrick Scales is their long snapper. Chicago, a really good team. Even though, according to analytics from ESPN, this division is razor tight, and I think the Bears have a slight advantage to win the division. And I think one of the reasons why the Bears ain't heavily favored to win this division is because, Blake Bortles effect in Jacksonville, just Jacksonville effect. They made a really good deep playoff run in Jacksonville. They became the hunted, not the hunter, and things changed. And I think a lot of people kind of view Trubisky in that Blake Bortles type of situation. Not saying that he nowhere remotely is bad, but once NFL defenses adjust to Trubisky, will he be able to adjust? And another thing I look at, I have a problem with Chicago. I could see being a problem, may not be. Matt Nagy traded their power back Jordan Howard, and it seemed like he wanted to get with the pass the ball more, and that's always been a problem with Andy Reid disciples, or they come from that offense. They just believe in passing. And he got a quarterback that's got really good feet. Don't have the strongest arm playing in the Windy City as well. And really, I think they should have built with running back like Jordan Howard and did more of a power running game and just let Trubisky pass it. What they want to do is they want to spread it out with Miller, Robinson, Taylor Gabriel, even with Tyreek Cohen and David Montgomery. They want to pass it out, be a spread out, air it out offense, and that's what they want to do. But really, they should really be a heavy set, power running offense with spread principles. And I think that's right there that might get them in trouble. Them wanting to put up a ton of points. We don't have to put up a ton of points. Control the ball, run the ball, pass down the field when need be, and let the defense take over. You know what I'm saying? And Matt Nagy, he just remind me of Andy Reid so much, especially the way he building this offense. He wanted to be a high fly offense. He should have took in Patrick Mahomes then, or Deshaun Watson. Trubisky, he ain't gonna never be that guy that throw for 5,000 yards, and throw a ton of touchdowns. He got a lot of intangibles, man. He'll be a good quarterback that that just control this run heavy offense, but that can make plays and improvise with his legs. You know, I just see him kind of being that type of quarterback. Not saying that he trash, but you know, just seeing where that offense is going, that defense gonna have to build him out a lot if Trubisky ain't grown. I see Trubisky throwing some passes in camp that was just blatantly underthrown. You know, when the elements start hitting in Chicago, that's one of the things you got to make sure. You in Cleveland, you in Chicago, you in Green Bay, you got to make sure your quarterback got a cannon. Okay, when you playing in there, big hands in the cannon. But other than that, they got the offensive weapons. If Trubisky can get the ball there, and they line a little suspect, especially Kyle Long got to stay healthy. But if he can get the ball there, and you know, they offense can work. You know, I just don't like the prospect of him potentially dropping back 30 times a game. When they, with that defense, when they could just be heavy, 2 tight ends, you know, then they can spread it out a little bit, a lot of running game, and then play action to get down the field. I just see that should be more the ticket for that offense. But Matt Nagy just not a good fit as far as for the quarterback with Trubisky. That's just my personal opinion. But it may work. I could be 100% wrong. But I like what I'm seeing out of David Montgomery. Love Tyreek Cohen, what he bring offensively. Like Allen Robinson, he pretty much gonna be a second year recovery from that ACL. Taylor Gabriel problem in the slot. Anthony Bender loved him coming while he was in Memphis. I guess he made Paxton Lynch look better than what he was. And then they got Trey Burton at tight end as well. I liked him, real athletic tight end. They got all the weapons to be a Super Bowl caliber offense. It's just when you look at, you got a run happy, you got a pass happy offensive coordinator with a quarterback that's questionable at passing the ball, especially down the field. That's something to look at. But McNabb had accuracy issues early in his career. Kind of Trubisky kind of remind you of McNabb a little bit. But defensively, monsters. You know, Leonard Floyd, you know, Roquan Smith, Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, Eddie Jackson, one of the best in the business in the safety position. They got solid corners in Fuller and Prince Mukamara. I think that's where they can be exposed a little bit, but it's hard to expose when you got solid corners that can cover a little bit, and your pass rush is so good. They can get there with 4, and they just really, really good in their defense. That defense is Super Bowl caliber, and, you know, if you don't protect your quarterback neck like the Wu-Tang, they will take him out. But injuries and then creating turnovers, you know, it's hard to create that many turnovers 2 years in a row. So, you know, they're going to have to be really solid, and they will be disciplined, gap control, athletes. Got a lot of younger guys, Leonard Floyd and Roquan Smith going to be a year better. And, you know, another year in that system, that defense should be top 5. But if that offense don't do what it's supposed to do and control the ball and keep going 3 and out, a top 5 or number 1 defense could like a number 15 defense. But, you know, it's a tough matchup for the Lions. Kind of close it out for sure, man. You know, running quarterbacks, mobile quarterbacks like Trubisky give us problems. He able to improvise and extend the play, and it's hard to cover. But we got good defensive line. Defensive line should be good and dominate their offensive line. But it really don't matter if you don't keep contained and you don't get Trubisky on the ground, because he got great foot movement and he could throw on the run. So, and, you know, when he could dump it off to Tyreek Cohen and David Montgomery, they can make things happen as well. And offensively, they possess some problems because they got a lot of speed, a lot of athletic ability. They can get downfield. And if, you know, Trubisky can buy some time, he can expose us down the field and just improvise. And so, really, if you can make Trubisky sit in the pocket and beat you from the pocket, you can stop their run game. If you can keep up with their running backs come out the backfield, that's the ticket. You make him be punctual with his drop backs and be on time and try to make throws in the pocket. Then that's how you beat him. But defensively, definitely got to do a lot of max protection from Matthew Stafford. Ton of running the ball. If you ain't gonna run the ball on the Bears, you become one-dimensional. They gonna eat Matthew Stafford alive. So we got to have a lot of smoke and mirrors with them, man. A lot of deception plays, and we got to be able to run the ball and go north and south at them, not east and west. And we got to be able to, really just take advantage of what they're giving us and probably spread them out a little bit. But it's a tough game. Bears are a really good team. They got Super Bowl aspirations. I just think the second year, to prove that they're a real team is just tough when you're dealing with injuries and the amount of turnovers they created. A little people kind of skeptical, but I think early on, if that defense dominates and that offense can get on track and be what Matt Nagy designed it to be, you know, they can be 13-3 easily, like a type of team. But if Trubisky ain't good and they struggle offensively, he passed a lot and he turned the ball over, they can easily start off like 2-7, or I ain't gonna say 2-5 or something like that. But hey, Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Let me know what you think about the Bears. Appreciate the love, support. Continue to share the videos, and I'm gonna continue to put them down. So, shout out to the Bears. We're gonna beat their ass though.